We are back, short little break there, and we are bringing on Colton Lindsay now. And Colton, what's up, man? You're live now. How's it going?
Oh, sweet. I got to be able to see this camera, dude. My computer's freaking out today. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah. Is
All
it
right, cool.
still bugging out on you, or?
Dude, I don't know what's going on today. I think it's because it's one of those days where I got a lot of shit to get done. And so it's like, oh, my computer needs to go a little bit slower because I have a lot of shit. You know what I mean? It's one of those days.
Of course. And I appreciate you coming on short notice for us too.
Yep.
That was awesome. I know you're a busy guy. So, Colton, why don't you introduce yourself a little bit? I'm sure a lot of people on the stream know you, but maybe give us a little bit of your background.
Awesome. So I've been in the real estate business for 15 years. The reason I got into real estate when I was growing up, my mom was the office manager of a real estate company. In fact, she worked there for 42 years. And I saw a realtor driving a red Hummer when I was in the 8th grade. And a red Hummer to me meant like, freak, this dude makes money, right? I didn't grow up rich. So to me, I was like, two opportunities for me. One is financial freedom and two is time freedom. How many of you guys and gals on this stream right now got into real estate because it was about money freedom and time freedom? So that's what got me started. Got home from a Mormon mission when I was 21, got licensed, got in, failed horribly that first 12 months, sold 2 homes, got into a coaching training program, and then I just grew from there. I went to 20 homes that next year, cleared to 75 homes a year as a single agent. I built a real estate sales team. And then the last couple of years, we built a brokerage, and then we built the Wgr Academy. So that's me in a nutshell on where I'm at.
What is the Wgr Academy for anyone who isn't familiar with it?
Right. So the Wgr Academy is specifically designed to help 2 different styles of realtors. One is that agent that's earning less than 150 grand a year, that they want to get to that multiple 6-figure level, and they need to focus on, their setting appointments, mastering their sales skills and communication, and really just growing their network, the people that they work with, their relationships. And then the second part is our higher level program is the mastermind. That's for people that are wanting to build a business where it's 500,000 to $1 million plus a year, and you do 20% or less of the sales production yourself, but you become an actual owner instead of the operator. How many of you guys want to actually not have to do the day-to-day every single day? You can take off for a month and money still flows in $50, $60, $100,000 a month. If you guys want that, I want to see that in the chat box. Can these guys chat? Is that what this is over here? Yeah. Or is there comments?
Yep.
I got to look at the right one. Oh, right there, the comment section. Got it.
Can drop comments in there, and we can blow them up here live if we have any questions or anything that people want to go into. Yeah, for sure. So financial freedom, time freedom, right? And it sounds like you're teaching that at all levels, at the agent level, as well as, that the mastermind you were talking about, which is more of like a team, correct?
Yep. It's a team is creating a real business. It's where you're not a solo rider. You've got people like you inside of Sisu, right? Sisu's not just you. It's a whole team of people.
That's right. Yep. So where do I start with that? Say I'm a team leader and I want to get out of that. And I know we're going to bring in a lot of mindset into this as well, but where do I even begin?
So a great question. I think no matter what level you are, whether you're brand new or whether you've been in this thing for 20 years and you've got an organization, is you got to get clear, and we'll talk more about this today, but your culture and your values and your standards. What are you willing to tolerate and what are you not willing to tolerate? Because here's the reality, ladies and gentlemen, we don't get in life what we focus on, we get what we tolerate. And if you've got some results that aren't that awesome, it's because you're fucking tolerating it. So you got to change. And where people get stuck in building their organization, whether it's real estate or any organization, they don't have their clear rules around what their culture is. And they don't have their clear towards values for their company. And they don't have their clear away values. What are we working away from and what are we working towards if you're going to be a part of this organization? So you got to get clear on what your culture is and what your towards values and your way values are.
So that's kind of where you'll start is breaking that down. Where do you want to be? What are you going to tolerate? And then I'm guessing you get into more of like a systems of how you're actually going to make that happen.
Right. Well, think about this. If you're not clear on your values, your standards, and your culture, how are you going to communicate it to your organization? So step 1 is get clear. Step 2 is you've got to just deliver these culture and values repetitively. Repetition is the mother of all skill. So you've got to make sure that when you bring someone to the organization, you have a filtering process that, yeah, they're going to live these standards. And number two is once they join the organization, it's your job to remind them over and over again, hey, here's our culture, here's our standards, here's our values, and not do it in like a dictatorship way, but a way that they're enrolled into it. Like we're hiring for our academy right now in some of our sales positions, and a couple of the people, I just get a great feedback when I share a print version of our culture and values. And quickly, one's like, dude, 100%, that's what I want. Well, another one's like, I don't know if that's right a fit for me. Awesome. I get to weed out really early on which person's a fit for us or not. I don't have to give it a trial and error and waste a bunch of time, effort, energy, and money. But we got to get clear what those cultures and standards are.
Could you maybe give some examples on what personally for these, and I think the ones that weed people out are the most powerful, because the worst thing you do is have these values and cultures that are like all encompassing. They say so much that they really mean nothing, right? So maybe share a couple examples of those.
Right. So do you have, is there a way I can screen share or no screen shares?
Yeah, absolutely. Go for it.
So where is the screen share? Oh, right here.
Let me just towards the bottom. Yeah, if you screen share, then I'll throw it up on the screen for us.
Yeah, well, let me see. I got a little glitch over here going on. Whoops, that's the wrong one. I didn't want to share that. So I'll start with just what my WGR culture is, and make sure I'm picking the right one. Share screen, these two monitors. I don't know which one of these to click on. Don't share these tips again.
Share your whole screen and then go to it. That might be the easiest way.
Cool. So I'm just going to share screen too. That's I know I got a bunch of shit in the background. If not, I'll stop sharing. Can you see it?
Yep, I see it. There we go.
Cool. Let's see if I can make it a little bit bigger. You guys can see it, but rules of the WGR culture game. Oh, you zoomed it in. Awesome. Cool. So rules of the WGR culture game. Results, be accountable, see it, own it, solve it, do it. Rule number 2 is do the best you can do. Turn problems into opportunities, be aware, measure your results, act with a sense of urgency, get shit done, do it now. Ask the question, what else can I do? Ask for coaching, what can I do better? Reject average and good enough, and accept outstanding and extraordinary. Learn, correct, improve, and grow. And then rule 3 is show others that you care, show respect, say please, thank you, you're welcome, I'm sorry, show and express appreciation, have each other's back, say I got you, I'm support you, engage as a team and support others and allow others to support you. So that's a quick brief of what the WGR culture game is. And now you don't need to use these exact culture and rules for you, but first of all, you have to create your standard. So notice one of them that I put in is my organ is going to ask for coaching. What else can I do? What can I do better? How else can I support you? I want them coming to me asking how they can fucking add value. I don't want to be chasing them down. And the way ongoing training is we're always with our cultures and values. And when me as a leader identifies that someone isn't living the values and the standards, what I've learned that I have to do is I need to set a meeting with that person quickly, and I need to correct and continue quickly, because it's not a matter of living these perfectly, guys and gals. It's a matter of when you fall off course, that you as a leader, you can put yourself back on course. You can put your team back on course. But what I want to avoid doing, what a lot of us are great at doing, Zach, is when the problem comes up that we know someone's not living the standards, is we let it kind of go underneath the rug. We kind of pretend like it's not happening. So a way to avoid pretending like it's not happening is in our daily stand-up meeting or our weekly team meeting, we're talking about these things. We're literally having these conversations all the time on what are our standards, what are our values. So one of the ways we do that is in our daily stand-up meeting at the end, we always read out loud a declaration together, either one of our power declarations, or we read through the culture game values together, or we read through our repetition is the mother of all skill. So we have to repetitively put these cultures and values into us, but we have to repetitively put it into our team as well.
Yeah. And you tied in nicely, the whole, you get what you tolerate, right? If I continually tolerate, if something's in my values, my culture, and I tolerate something that goes against it, well, you know what I mean? So
Right. Awesome, man. So, I mean, here would be a question for you guys in the chat. How many of you guys actually have your cultures and values already put together? And then rank them on a scale of 1 to 10. 10 is I am crystal clear. I communicate it to my organization. They know what they are. In fact, if Zach came and asked them, they could recite it back to them. That's how great our culture, our value is, our standards. 1 is you don't even know what they are. You have no clue. It's not even on your radar. And then once you identify, well, I'm a 5, I'm a 7, whatever, say, well, what would it take to make it a 10? And then you can start to find ways to implement. Maybe you just need to sit down and write them. Maybe you need to put them on a letterhead or a branded image so you can just disperse it to your team. Maybe you need to do a better job at reminding your team what it is on a daily basis. Maybe you need to print something out, put it up in your office space.
I love it. Yep. We'll watch the comments there. So kind of shifting here, Colton, a little bit. The other thing that we had on the topic was life management, which you seem to have an idea of what that is or what that means to you and how you kind of coach to that. Maybe you could elaborate a little bit.
Yeah, so I believe that I create my life. I create the exact outcomes in my life. That's my belief. Now, the lie that we've been told is that it's time management. How many of you guys have had, I got to have better time blocking, I need better time management? Well, the reality is time management is not fun. It's not sexy. Mm-hmm. And if I ask you this, Zach, time equals what? What does time equal?
Everyone thinks money, right?
Right. Everyone thinks money or opportunity. I think you've been to Tony Robbins stuff before, but yep. Time equals emotion. So listen, guys and gals, I've had enough friends die in my life from bad decisions or just crazy shit that we have an expiration date on our physical life and we have an expiration date on our people in our life, like our parents, our siblings, our spouses. We all going to fucking die one day. Between now and then, what emotions do we want to experience? If the only thing I'm guaranteed, which COVID-19 has proved that for people with the chaos, not so much the virus itself, but the chaos, is we aren't guaranteed a future. So if I'm only guaranteed this moment, what emotional state do I want in this moment? Okay. So we first have to get clear on what is the emotional experience and a way to then identify, because we don't always want peace. Like in these trainings, I come on and I do these, I got a lot of energy. I'm excited. I'm enthusiastic. I'm fun. Right. But dude, I'm not like this with my girlfriend all the time. She would freaking go crazy with me. Right. If you were like that with your wife, and so you got to identify different chunks of your day. So write this down. There's 3 parts of our day that I believe in life management. Okay. 1 is your morning, 2 is your day, and then 3 is your evening. Now, for example, Zach, if I ask, you, what is the emotion you want to experience in your morning?
I think you want to get yourself prepared, I guess, for whatever you're going to go do at work, right? For me, I'm going to go prospect in the morning. So I got to get myself in that mindset. And I know the best way probably to put myself in that mindset, probably lifting some weights, listening to a book, something like that.
Right. So that your morning is what's called your morning routine. Yeah. Your day is your day routine, your evening is your evening routine. So if those are the emotions you want for your morning, like for me personally in the morning, I want peace, I want tranquility, I want clarity, I want direction. I want to know what I'm going to fucking get done for the day. Yeah. And I want to do it from a state of certainty and calm and centered, not from a state of chaos and freaking out reaction. Because most people, they wake up and they're reacting. They're checking the phone. They're going to their notifications, their text, their email, their social, Apple News, whatever the hell it is, and it puts them into chaos mode. So for me, I want to be centered. I want peace. I want tranquility. I want clarity. So I have a series of rituals that I do for my morning routine. We've all heard of morning routines, right? Everyone's heard of those. If you haven't, then pull your head out of your ass and step into the 21st century. We should all have a morning routine. And we have a series of rituals. These rituals are specific actions designed to elicit these emotions that you want. If it's peace, if it's excitement, if it's relaxation, if it's connection, but you got to choose those actions. So for me, my actions are simple. It's 40 ounces of water, it's breath work, it's meditation, it's yoga, it's doing a daily CEO meeting with myself, it's getting clear on my plan of action and what I'm going to do for the day. Okay. But if we move into our daytime routine, Zach, this is when the money making happens, right? For me, the emotion I want is absolute fucking certainty. I'm going to drive revenue into my business. Yeah. So what are the actions that create certainty that I'm going to drive revenue into my business? I also want it with a play and playfulness. I want to enjoy what I'm doing. Okay. So you already brought up one word, prospect. Guess what? One of the rituals for my day, I am talking with people every single day. Right now, this is a prospecting for me. That's why I said, hell yeah, I'll hop on last minute. I get a chance to be in front of all these people. And some of you never heard of me before. Some of you now get to hear about me for the first time. But this is me prospecting and building relationships. So I know for a fact when I get in front of people, that's going to drive revenue in my business. So I want to find ways to do that every single day. But other things is I have key relationships. I've done meetings with Frank before with inside of your company. I've done meetings with my sales team. I've done meetings with prospects. I have meetings with, Dave from Mojo. It just, the list goes on, but I'm scheduling networking conversations with relationships. Okay. As a real estate person, some of these things that might be part of your routine is a listing appointment, prepping a listing presentation, doing a team meeting, do a stand-up meeting if you're a team leader. But you got to get clear on what are your rituals of your day that drive absolute certainty you're going to freaking make money, and do those. Too often we drive our actions in our real estate business from fear, doubt, worry, anxiety. How many of you guys feel anxiety, frustration, or irritation, especially when your appraisal comes in 25 grand short, right? This shit's going to happen. You're going to have that stuff come up. So if you're reacting to it all the time, you might get some success, but you're going to do it in a very irritated, frustrated, or fearful state. And what I'm saying is, let's do it with certainty. Let's do it with excitement. Let's do it with aliveness. Doesn't mean that your shit's going to just disappear. You're going to have problems. In fact, I want everyone to write this down. You can create a roadmap for your business and your life, and guaranteed it's going to get fucked up. And it's how you show up when your plan gets fucked up. Are you going to get recentered? Are you going to create a new effective plan? Are you going to move forward? Are you going to correct and continue? Or are you going to sit and dwell on it? Are you going to stay in a state of remorsefulness? If you stay in that state, always wondering and talking about the past, it's going to be a very miserable day. And we look at our third part of our day, which is the evening routine, Zach. For example, you're in business, you're married, you've got relationships with other humans. What do you want to feel at the end of the day? What are the emotions you want to experience?
I want to relax a little bit. I want to spend time with people I love. I want to have a little fun, maybe play some tennis. I don't know.
Right. You want to have fun. You want to have connection with family and friends. You want to feel a sense of achievement, like you actually did something with your day. You want to feel relaxed. You want to have a state of gratitude. So if those are the emotions that we want to have, what are our rituals that we need to do to wind up our day that generate those emotional outcomes? For you, it's probably scheduling to play tennis with your wife or something. Yeah. For me, usually it involves with, like today, one of my things at the end of the day is to go on a walk with my dog, right? Instead of seeing like I'm conscious from the morning that I'm going to walk my dog this evening is one of my rituals. Whereas a lot of people, that's like, it's a thing that they just have to do. It's like an extra thing, right? Yeah. But if we get intentional with what those things, some of you ladies out there, you love to take a hot bath with a glass of wine. That could be a piece of it. It could be one of your right. The idea is get what emotion you want to create and experience, and then create that routine around those rituals and do them. Do those rituals.
I love it. And I think, just talking with you now, I don't think a lot of times it's really easy to fall out of the habit or not be maybe mindful of even looking at your day in those three parts and how you can control that a little bit more,
Right. And really what we can control is our illusion or our hallucination of what we're perceiving. We don't really control much in this life when you think about it. We're floating on a rock in the middle of outer space, close enough to the sun, we're not freezing, far enough away, we're not melting. And COVID, if it's shared anything with us, is that we realize no one really has a fucking clue what's going on planet Earth, right? And so that creates a sense of uncertainty. And we've seen that in real estate more than ever since March, that there's a lot of uncertainty. For you guys and gals watching this, have you experienced that at all? Have you noticed that at all? And if we take as business owners, the last decade before COVID, we sold on significance. That's what we sold on. People wanted this sense of significance. Today, you know what you guys want as business owners? You want fucking certainty. You're going to just thrive going forward. That's what our customers want to feel as well, especially in today's market where there's multiple offers, rates are low, inventory is low, deals falling apart. Like it's like a bloodbath out there. Your consumer, they want certainty that they're going to get a house and they're going to be able to qualify. They're going to be able to close on it. Your seller wants certainty that not only are they going to be able to sell it, they're not going to end up homeless, right? So who gives them that certainty? It's your clarity on the ability to deliver as a fucking leader. And why would a consumer buy your product, which is your service, or why would an agent join your organization or someone work with you if they don't sense your certainty in the most uncertain times? And the way you get certainty is by getting a clear path on your life management.
I love it. So do you teach this life management? Is that actually part of like your team and your okay.
So inside of our academy, everyone gets this journal. I use it every day myself. It's called the I Love My Life journal. Okay. Mm-hmm. And there's a series of activities that I have you do in that. One of them is called a SMART day. That's where you set your day up, you set your routines up. And one of them is called I Love My Life. And so you go through a series of activities that creates that mindfulness you talked about. It's not a matter of you guys and gals falling off where the direction you're going. It's a matter of, can you correct and continue when you do? Like you're going to get knocked in the teeth. Something's going to happen. That's not a question. But how do you get back on track? And we teach that with the life management course. It's actually called Life Management, Your Life, Your Show, Your Reality. And it's a video training series where we teach how to use the journal, how to do a daily activity, how to manage your time differently, how to schedule priorities versus prioritizing the schedule, and how do you do it based around the real experience you want here on earth. Because the real experience you don't want is just to make a bunch of freaking money. You want what you think money and success is going to bring to you. And mostly people want a sense of fulfillment. They want to feel like enough. They want to feel like they're accomplishing something. They want to, for example, how many of you guys just want some more freaking peace and tranquility in your life? You're like, can I have a bit of calmness, please? Can I feel like the government's not about to explode for a second? Can I feel like the whole world doesn't like rest on my shoulders? And really that's what we're after, is that peace and that state of presence and awareness.
Talking to a lot of trainers and team leads, and there's so much when you do a team meeting with your agents, or you do a training, whatever, there's so much you could talk about. If I just talk about creating a great listing presentation, that's not really going to help me sell real estate. I mean, it will. The tactical stuff is important, but it doesn't mean anything if the mindset's not there, right? It's 80% mindset, 20% tactical. Right?
Yeah, 100%. And I think today it might even be 90% psychological and emotional. Like you can get a great listing presentation and you can literally memorize it word for word and get a listing contract signed. But I can tell you at my peak, when I was as a single agent selling 75 homes a year, I was also the least happiest I've ever been as a human being. Right. I remember literally smoking a joint before going to listing presentations or taking shots of vodka in the middle of the day, which is a sign that something's not happy going on in a person's life. Right. So the tactical can get you money, but there's a lot of rich people that are very miserable. There's a lot of, in fact, I know of a very successful realtor a couple of years ago. One of the top KW agents committed suicide. So that's proof to show that money is not what you're really after. Yeah, I like making money as much as the next guy or gal. Trust me, I love it when money's flown into my bank account over and over again. But I also am smart enough to say, you know what, that's not really makes me fulfilled. What makes us fulfilled is that we get our hallucination and our perception lined up to where we feel like we're actually achieving, we're winning, we matter. My life matters. I have real connection with other humans, and I'm making the most out of every moment before I die.
Yeah. I love a quote in your mind. So your mind can make a paradise jail, or it can make jail paradise, right? But it's all just up in there. So.
Yeah, that's where the kingdom of heaven is, or also the kingdom of hell is found.
Well, dude, it's been really motivating talking to you. I appreciate you bringing in a little bit of this mindset, right? We've had a lot of tactical stuff, and I think it's all nothing without the mindset, right?
Yep. Yeah. Sure.
Anything else you want to leave us with, man? You got all kinds of courses and things going on. I mean, I'd be happy to hear anything else that you think would be valuable.
Yeah, listen, so if you guys like my message, the value I bring, the energy that I bring, and you want to learn more about it, what I'm going to suggest is you can go to, can we get them a link, or do I say a link?
Yeah, you know what? If you drop it in the private chat here in StreamYard, I'll drop it in the public chat.
Cool. So if you guys go to this link, and what you can do is you can just schedule a free 45-minute business strategy call with me or someone on my team. And it's www.thewgralliance.com. I just sent it over so you can send it off to them. But just fill out the questions on there and select a time on the calendar, and we'll do a strategy call with you. And two things: the outcome is, number one, dramatically impact your business in a positive way. Two is to share more about what the WGR Academy is all about.
Cool. Well, Colton, I appreciate it. I'm feeling pumped up. So we're gonna take a little break here, and we'll hop into the next round of speakers. We'll be hearing from Wilson on some marketing stuff. So
awesome. Thanks for having me.
Yep. We'll see you. Goodbye.